Alrighty, Chef Buck here, and today we're cooking us up some deviled eggs Indian style. Now the first thing we want to do is we want to boil us some perfect eggs. To do that, throw them in a pot that's big enough to accommodate them so they won't be crashing together while they're boiling. Fill it up with cold tap water and put about an inch more water in there above the eggs. Throw you some salt in there, turn the burner on, and then we're going to let these eggs heat up. But don't put the lid on there. Let them heat up without the lid, and that way they'll heat gradually, and that'll also help to keep them from cracking. Now once it does start to boil, we can go ahead and turn that burner off, throw a lid on there, and leave it on that burner as it cools down, and you're going to let it sit for 12 minutes. Now after 12 minutes, we'll go ahead and we'll dump that water out, we'll run some cold water on there, and let them cool down there in that pot. When they're cool enough to handle, we can get to it. Now I'm going to take 2 out because I boiled 2 more than I want for this recipe, and you should always keep some boiled eggs in the fridge for whatever the heck. We're going to crack these eggs, but we're going to peel them under the water because that's going to make it a zillion billion times easier to get these shells off here. They should come off pretty easily under the water, especially if you use older eggs. Like these eggs here have been in the fridge for a couple of weeks, but if you run out to the store and buy fresh eggs and try to make deviled eggs with those, it's going to be a nightmare. They'll peel much easier if they're older. Now set your peeled eggs aside and we'll get to the Indian part of this Indian style recipe. We're going to heat up a splash of olive oil on medium-high heat, and then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of cumin seeds. Now cumin seeds are essential for Indian cooking, so you should definitely have them as part of your spice collection. Throw in 1 clove of finely chopped garlic, and you're just going to push these ingredients around for about 1 minute, 2 minutes tops until they're golden brown. You don't want to overcook these things. You don't want to not stir. You don't want to turn your back on this. Just take a minute or two, heat them up, and then we can get back to the eggs. We're going to slice these eggs through the center, throw the yolks in a mixing bowl. Look how golden perfect yellow those yolks are. Now I got 1/2 of an egg white that didn't cooperate during the peeling stage, so that goes in there with the bad yolks. And I'm also going to shave off some of the insides of these whites here, and that way I'll have more creamy goodness to put in here. But you need to be careful when you're shaving out these egg whites that you don't ruin the structure of the egg, because that'll just be sad. Now we're going to punish our filling with a knife and fork so it feels small and insignificant. Then we're going to add our mayonnaise. Now I usually start off with just a couple of forkfuls of mayonnaise. You don't want to put too much mayonnaise in because you can always add more, but you can't take it out. Put your little salt and pepper in there to taste, and then we're going to throw in our cumin seeds and garlic. Now this isn't going to look like a lot when you put it in here, but this stuff packs such a flavor punch. And go ahead and put that oil in there too. Get it all mixed up nice and smooth. Now this is a little chunkier than I want it to be, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a little bit more mayonnaise in there. The key is to not get it so mushy gushy that it's not going to set up like a respectable deviled egg when you throw it in the egg white. Spoon your mixture in there so you got a nice smooth dome on there. Don't be stingy with it, but don't go so crazy that you don't have enough to fill up all your eggs. And when you get them all looking nice and lovely, arrange them on a plate, and then we're going to throw a little bit of curry powder on the top there. A little or a lot, it's up to you, but believe me, the cumin and the garlic are going to give these so much flavor that you're not going to need a lot of the curry powder on there. And there you go. Look how awesome those things are. Man, I can eat these things up. I got to be careful, because I just go crazy. But try this Indian style out and let me know what you think. And bon appetit. This is my egg cam. Look at this. See that? Whee! Boom. Hey, you know how monsters like their eggs? Terror-fried. Get it? Terror-fried. Oh my God.